Despite those massive physical inputs, the human output is surprisingly small. By the year 2035, Meta is only required to create 500 permanent full-time jobs at the facility. A modern data center does not operate like a traditional factory that hires thousands of local workers. It acts as a highly automated machine, extracting natural resources and converting them into computing power for a distant corporation. Right now, companies like Meta, Google, and Microsoft are spending billions on infrastructure, locked in an arms race to dominate the AI market. But the hardware driving that race has a very short shelf life. This timeline illustrates how fast AI chips become obsolete. To stay agile, Meta structures its facility leases in short 4-year increments. Notice the discrepancy when we extend the timeline to include the utility infrastructure. The physical natural gas plants are designed to operate for 30 to 40 years, but the tech contracts only lock in revenue for 15 to 20 years. That leaves a massive gap in long-term financial backing. If the economics of AI falter, or if Meta decides to pivot its hardware strategy and walk away early, that timeline mismatch becomes a serious financial liability. If the tech giant leaves when its contract expires, the multi-billion-dollar cost of maintaining and operating those gas plants doesn't just disappear. Even under the current deal, where Meta covers the power plants up front, local ratepayers are already responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars in new transmission lines required to handle the grid strain. We can see the results of this dynamic in other regions. In states with high concentrations of data centers, residential consumers consistently see their utility bills spike as the cost of upgrading the local grid gets passed down to them. To build out the physical infrastructure for artificial intelligence, tech companies are relying on rural communities to supply the land, the local water, the needed electricity, and the tax breaks. Silicon Valley keeps the global profits generated by the technology. But if the economics driving this rapid expansion ever fall apart, the taxpayers and ratepayers of Richland Parish will be the ones left holding the bill for the infrastructure left behind in the bayou.